through trials, patience, and resolve.
The trials carved upon our soul become the strength that lifts us high. Through every loss, we gain control. Each defeat returns as earned roll. Each upgrade raising EHP. Pulse by Manda's rage party. Bring echoes of the past ignite. Survival flame. Prepare to raise their EHP and fight. Reach the wall. The true strength of a hero lies not just in power, but in compassion and kindness. Unleash the war. Let compassion ascend. Let it shine like a beacon of grace. A gentle fire that will not bend, bringing hope to the darkest place. Unleash the war. Where the builders unite, where the dreamers refuse to fall. With every wave of the endless onslaught, we rise unstoppable.
All right.
The power of EHP.
How's everyone doing tonight? We're starting our second ever stream on my channel.
Towers we raise.
For anyone who's in the stream, can you give me a thumbs up or just type something in the chat to let me know my voice sounds okay and the music sounds okay and the visuals clear?
And through the storm, our voices
Gonna do a quick checkup before we start with today's main content. All right, I see. Yep, it's good. Great thumbs up. All right, thanks everyone. Awesome. Let's get started. So today, just as last time, we're gonna do a tournament stream. I'm gonna use my AirPod. So I might sound slightly different from last time, but let me know if you like this better or the iPad mic better. iPad mic is actually pretty good. And same as last time, I figured out how to stream from my iPad. So this is streaming directly from the iPad. It's from an iPad mini. Hopefully it doesn't overheat too much. All right. Okay, well, let's get started on setting things up. So let's see. Today we have orb resistance. Typically, it does not matter that much because we mostly use orb to kill boss, anyways, and the boss orb damage is not affected. Armor enemies shouldn't matter too much for us, except if we use smite. That's gonna just make smite hit, somewhat less. Protector ultimate should be fine. Ultimate weapon duration. So if we want permanent black hole, I gotta remember to put on the G comp. Range ultimate. So range ultimate and fast ultimates are typically difficult for EHP because EHP usually plays with a lot of CC in Legend. And range ultimate and fast ultimate obviously do not go well with a lot of CCs. Because glass cannons also, and of course hybrid towers also play with CC, so range ultimate and fast ultimate not good for those as well. But for EHP, it kind of raises the chance that your tower gets swamped by range and fast. So in most cases, especially bad. So with range ultimate, today's battle condition is going to be a bit tough for EHP, but we're going to try to do it with the proper EHP setup, and we're going to challenge the range ultimate and see how far we can get today. So I'm gonna set things up, and then I'm gonna declare a time at which we can all join the same bracket. because the stream is a bit delayed. So don't wait till I say go on the stream. I'm gonna declare a time, and then we all have to join at around the same time.
If I break, they break
All right. Oh, I see Chris in the chat. Hey, Cooper. How's it going? Cooper is a mentor on our the Tower Sanctuary Discord, and everyone who's interested in sharing their unique ideas and don't want to ever get yelled at or belittled for doing something off meta, doing something different from other people, you should join our Discord server because this is what we stand for. We make fun. We have innovation. We play off meta, and we have some meta people as well. We kind of welcome everyone, but this is kind of it's a sanctuary. It's a safe house for people who don't like to play the meta. And we have mentor on both sides, on the damage side and the EHP side, and hybrid obviously, and all of that. So well, everyone's welcome. We just hit 800 members, and we are trending towards hitting 1,000 members. So yeah, seems going well. Always enjoying your content, brothers. Thank you, Mashed. All right, so let's. Sorry, I keep getting distracted, but let's get back to setting up our tower for the tournament. So I was thinking today, yeah. So we're definitely gonna do the EHP setup. So we're gonna do EHP workshop. We're on our EHP card setup, which only needs 20 cards. So this is EHP plus some CC plus some percent damage. So 20 cards is all it takes. And then this is a standard EHP CC module. But I was actually thinking earlier, so today the battle condition is pretty tough for EHP. But why don't we go one step further? So not only are we gonna try to not use damage, we're gonna try to not use percent damage. Okay, so we just try not to kill anything. This is gonna be a pacifist build. And just gonna tank everything, especially when the commander shows up, we're gonna have to tank everything. All the range is gonna be constantly shooting at the wall. But we'll see, how far we can tank. And if things don't go well, it's okay. I can just go back to my regular EHP plus CC plus percent damage build, and we can rerun the tournament. So today's stream might be a little bit longer than usual, but I think a lot of you may enjoy this type of challenge run. Hello, Kamina. Good luck. Thank you. Yes, Kamina is my character because Gurren Lagann is my favorite anime. All right. So we need to make sure we have basically no damage and no percent damage. We have to take off some of our percent damage source. So first of all, in workshop, I have damage deviled, levels locked. We're also gonna devil Thorn. So we're gonna have 0 Thorn because remember, one of the first thing you clicked on when you start the tower game, Thorn, is percent damage. So if we have to run with no percent damage, we have to not use Thorn, right? Makes sense? Okay. Then we have to obviously, we have to remember to take off our attack Guardian. So no more Guardian, because that's percent damage. We have to adjust our module, obviously. So since we're going with no attack, we can pretty much just take off our a cannon module. Those are not really needed. I will be losing some CC though, because the way I set my cannon up is very CC focused. So we got attack speed, bounce shot, multi-shot. So I will lose attack speed, bounce shot, and multi-shots. So CC is gonna definitely take a big hit, but if you're gonna have to tank all the range ultimate anyways, who cares, right? So we are gonna go ahead and take off our cannon module. And of course, we have to remember to put on Galaxy Compressor because of today's ultimate weapon duration. Okay, on the armor side, I think we're just gonna go with a pure EHP setup. So we're gonna put on our old friend, Sharp Fortitude. And then we're gonna put on a Wormhole Redirector. SF plus WHR. Okay, so that way we're not using OA, so we don't have percent damage from there. And we won't be using a lot of orbs, so negative mass projector is not that relevant here. And then Primordial Collapse and Harmony Conductor are still good. I think that's the setup. Okay. All right. I think we are pretty much ready to go in. Cooper, you almost forgot to set your Guardian chip. Yeah, you gotta. I reminded you, huh? Okay. All right, let's figure out a time where I'll hit the join button. So it's so I'm on PST or PDT Pacific time, so it's 7:12 p.m. right now. Why don't we say 7:15? How about that? So everyone get ready. We're gonna go in when it hits 7:15 Pacific time, which is in about 2 minutes. Okay, again, because the stream has a slight lag, do not wait for the stream. Because by the time I say ready go, it's already too late. So just look at the time when it says 7:15 is when you gotta click battle. Okay, 7:15. So it's about a minute and a half left on my end. West Coast represent. All right. Good evening, Tower friends. Good evening. Today we're gonna have a lot of fun. Okay. We're gonna do what has never been done before. We're gonna consistently challenge ourselves to have the best fun in the game. That's what we set out to do. Now, I hope you guys enjoy it too. All right, so joining at 7:15, okay, folks? 7:15, get ready. We got 1 more minute. On my end, I see 7:14, so it's gonna be 1 minute from now. Depending on where you are, if you're on the East Coast, it would be 10:15 is when you need to join. All right, we're getting close. Let's get ready. All right, here we go. That's 7:15. We're in. We gotta remember to turn off like smite and stuff. Actually, as long as smite doesn't kill, I think leaving it on is fine. All right. Let's see. Things look okay. We're gonna buy more range because it looks nicer. So that boss is gonna roll on my wall forever because we don't have Thorn, so that boss is not gonna die. In fact, I'm thinking we should let more boss in. We're just gonna turn off our chrono field for a bit. See if we can let more boss onto our wall so they can all spin happily together.
will matter. I am the pull, the still, the force, the flame. EHP, carve eternal my name.
Some of the bosses are still dying to something. What are they dying to? I guess my Ching Lightning from 126 base damage is that strong, huh? Alright, let's read some chat. Let's see. Are you excited and or hoping for big EHP buffs for 28.3? Well, based on the patch note that they forecasted so far, it's not going to be a big EHP buff. It's just they said they're going to buff the efficacy of Primordial Collapse, but they didn't give the number. I would say, like, yeah, sure, if they buff the efficacy from the current 80% to 98%, I'm going to say yes, big EHP buff, happy. But if it's like, 80% to 90%, it's still good. Like, we should be happy. Like, I'm going to take it. But yeah, I wouldn't call that big EHP buff, because the only thing that was relevant to HP in that whole list of things that they plan to change for 28.3 was just the Primordial Collapse. There may be other things that are make things a little bit worse for EHP, like the Commander coming inside. So they're making all the fleet, like Commander and Overcharge, come inside the tower range. Commander coming inside the tower range could be bad for EHP, because that means the commander is closer to your wall, and so like it could directly sit on top of a bigger area on your wall. Versus before, maybe there's a gap between the commander's radius and the stuff that's on your wall. So now, if it's directly on your walls, like that close, like the scatter, basically all the scatters that splits off, is going to be buffed by the commander. Right, so there's that. So it could be a bit worse for EHP just because of the commanders getting closer. But yeah, looking forward to 28.3. Lots of exciting stuff. I mean, champs, no point in joining. Well, you're gonna be in Legends soon. Let's see, target prio, guys. Target priority? Oh, I just use the default, closest. I'm a simple person, I'm a simple guy. I just use closest, nothing fancy. Wait, just joining. What's going on here? Well, we're doing a EHP Legend tournament run where I try not to have any damage nor percent damage. So that's what we're doing here. Let's see how far we can get. Right now, I just have Cornfield turn up also. Just try to just have some fun with the bosses on my wall, because I have no thorn, so the bosses mostly they won't die. We should be able to get 10 bosses. Let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so that's all the bosses. We can turn on Chronofield. So boss can only spawn 10. So they have a spawn cap of 10. So that means no more boss should spawn. Oh, one just died, I guess. One more will spawn. I'm not sure exactly how they're dying. They're dying to Poison Swamp? Really? I mean, my Poison Swamp is pretty strong, but you will notice that I try to double my damage as much as possible, and my damage is only 126. Like, not 126N, just 126. So, not sure why they're dying to Poison Swamp. But I guess my Poison Swamp is still good. Let's see. Maybe I should turn some of that stuff off. All right. What's killing those bosses? Yeah. Poison Swamp. Apparently, if we if we look at this, wow, really powerful Poison Swamp damage with 126 damage.
facing the invasion of countless enemies. And we are the defenders. We are the ones who build the walls. We are the EHP. We will achieve greatness. Remember your holy heritage.
How do you kill fleets after 2k plus waves where you can no longer tank them? Trying to understand as CL plus doesn't work well with them. And rely on OA and attack chip takes a long time. So if you're talking about like overcharge, you just tank it and then it dies to Soren. Saboteur is kind of the same way, right? You tank it on the wall and it dies. For Commander, it's a bit tricky. So I'm assuming you're referring to like a EHP build, right? So for Commander, you're gonna have to kill it with Smite toggling. What you do is you keep your Smite off, and then you use OA or other percent damage sources like attack chip to kind of wear it down. But actually, I think attack chip is pretty bugged. Like I'm not sure if attack chip actually targets Commander. But basically, yeah, you wear the Commander down with like, let's say OA, right? And then once the Commander's health is low enough, you then turn on Smite so that, you know, it's kind of a delayed application of the Smite's percent damage. And for me, at max range, it's typically 20 waves after the Commander shows up. But at closer range, I think at minimum range, it's like 14 to 15 waves. So after that, your OA roughly has hit enough, and the Commander's health is low enough, where if you turn on Smite, you should be able to kill the Commander then. But of course, that depends on the level of your Smite as well. I have Smite maxed, so for me, it's typically a little bit easier. But on the other hand, if your tower is got strong enough EHP and enough damage reduction, you can just tank the Commander. Just tank everything, you know, no problem. I can basically tank everything up to around like wave 2500. Because only after wave 2500 with my usual setup, where my second wind would actually break typically. With a fast ultimate or range ultimate, I think it breaks a little bit a little bit earlier. But in general, like you should be able to still tank everything past wave 2000 with a normal EHP setup. I was referring to both OC and Commander. Yeah, so let's see. At high turning wave, no one can out damage or tank them. Yeah, so at extreme waves, right? So if we're talking about wave 3000, where HP level drops to 0, or close to wave 3600, where damage level drops to 0, at those waves, again, with Commander, you just have to survive under a Commander for like around 15 waves. And then you turn on Smite. You have to make sure Smite is off when the Commander comes in, and then you turn on Smite, and that should kill the Commander. And then with Overcharge, there isn't currently a good way if you don't have damage nor HP to deal with Overcharge. So Overcharge is actually more deadly. It's the most deadly fleet type. Once you get to the really extremely high waves where, like, you know, you have nothing. So when that happens, it's pretty much up to luck. Because, you know, if you're able to Deathify the Overcharge, maybe you have Harmony Conductor or Landmine Stun Mastery, and the Overcharge like miss you a bunch of times, and then they die to the Tower Thorn, then, you know, you win, right? Otherwise you die. So yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, everything is casino, okay? Everything is casino. It's all down to the casino. Oh, look at that! We've actually almost hitting 1,000 waves with 0 damage and 0% damage, guys. This works. This works. We don't need anything. So both damage and percent damage is optional. If you can hit 1,000 waves in the Legend tournament. So we are starting to see fleets though. So you see a commander overcharge just comes in. So typically a 1,000 waves is gonna get you what? Maybe like 14 plays nowadays? 15, 14 plays. So this will get your keys. This placement will get your keys. Because we have no Thorn, so no overcharge is gonna die. So we're actually gonna end up with a glorious string of like 10 overcharge, 10 commander, 10 saboteur, right? Because none of them are gonna die. We did devil our Thorn, so they will not die. How many stones? So I did some math recently on how much stone I spent in each category. So like damage, EHP, CC, percent damage, econ, etc. So far, according to my calculation, I've spent about 20,000 on EHP side of things. So like these are like the things you can spend stones on that are relevant to EHP. Not relevant, but like functionally has the EHP function in it, right? Um, so that comes down to like about 20,000 stones, and then I have about 80,000 in crowd control and percent damage. So in this case, I'm not sure how relevant is my effective lifetime stone in crowd control, because you can see like because of the commander, the range ultimate kind of just there, just shooting me, and the raids are also just there shooting me. So like crowd control is probably not super relevant in this particular setup. So I'll say in this particular run, my effective stone is about 20,000, I would say. So just the amount that I've spent with things that are functionally EHP.
It hungers for the fire, for the glory and the roar. While Starforge sparks go screaming from the
But yeah, I do plan on releasing a standalone video later that kind of breaks down my tower stone spending in each category. So we'll do some detailed math there. But that requires some good math going on and good categorizing things. So that video is gonna still take a bit longer, and because I have work, I cannot make video all day. So I typically only have some time on the weekend to make some progress on my video. So I won't let you folks wait too long, but it's gonna come. It's gonna come eventually. Don't worry. Hopefully in like 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah, 1 or 2 weeks. I think I can get it out. Eugene says, "Thanks for doing all this. Your style of play is refreshing and entertaining, coming from a GC player." Thank you, Eugene. Thank you. Yeah, I try to make it entertaining, and I try to show people what is possible. Because regardless of the style of your tower, right? Regardless if you're a glass cannon player or an EHP player or a hybrid player or whatever type of player you are, we all need to come with an open mind that there's more than one path and everything is possible. And the tower is a great sandbox type game, so there are just millions of ways to build your tower and play the game. Just like how the ads say. So I think we sometimes I showcase some unique builds and off meta ways to play the tower, and I hope you folks enjoy. And recently, I know a lot of the glass cannon players are starting to invest in inner landmine and maybe some in poison swamp as well, which is great. Because for glass cannon, for the longest time, it just means chain lightning. So seeing anything that's not chain lightning is actually also very refreshing, just from the glass cannon side of things as well. And then on the EHP side, recently more and more players are building towards package house instead of just focusing on the wall, which adds diversity because now we have the EHP in the EHP cohort, we have the wall based, and then the more package health based, which is great. Although I would argue that at the high end, switching to package health is more of a forced move because across multiple major versions, the game did not provide any bonus to regen, but only provided bonus to HP. So package health being a percentage HP regeneration source significantly outweighs regen at the high end. So it's kind of a forced move. I do hope that they add more bonuses for us for regeneration later. I think that would make the game more healthy. Because most of the player, in their early and mid, if you're like an early and mid EHP player, you obviously spend a lot of resource on your building up your regen. You spend a lot of resource building on your wall. So I would hate to see those investment go away at some point. That you have to kind of ditch your regen and ditch your wall. Yeah. So here, like you can see, my wall, the fortification is not even 20% of my whole wall fortification, but the wall health is already bigger than the main tower health plus package. Because it's 1.8 big Q versus 1.4 big Q. So the wall has a lot of potential, but as you can also see, the regeneration on the wall fortification is almost not moving. And this is because the regen is simply not catching up. In this setup that I have right now, I pretty much maxed out all the regen I can get. So yeah, there's simply just not enough regen sources in the game right now. And now, of course, my health is starting to go down because of the legend overheat. So every once in a while, you're gonna see it's as if I took some damage, but it's actually not taking damage. It's my total health is reducing. The enemy's damage to my wall is still not significant enough at this point to actually damage my wall. Eugene said, I'm actually thinking if I should stop investing on flat damage EHP and just focus on CC and percent damage. But seems like that won't make me last through fleets. I mean, you should have some HP to tank overcharge at the very least. But in general, I would say investment in CC and percent damage is pretty good. It's a good return on investment, let's put it that way. So like high ROI. Speed run to 0 HP. Yes. You don't actually get actual 0 HP. You just the level, right? The level becomes 0, but you end up with basically 0 EHP. Because I think once the HP level goes to 0, the HP number is like in the billions. So you're not tanking anything with billions. Look at that. On our screen, we have, I don't know how many commanders. It must be more than 10. If anyone can count, can let me know. And I think we have maybe 10 overcharge and 10 saboteur as well, right? In fact, some of the bosses are actually having trouble getting into the tower because there are just too many fleets, and the bosses are getting body blocked by the wall that's formed by the fleets that are in orbit. I think it looks pretty funny. All right, so we're approaching the end of our intro sprint. Let's see, do we have wave skip on? Yeah, we do have wave skip on. But yeah, we are approaching the end of our intro sprint. It looks like the wall is starting to take some damage. But it does look like we'll at least finish intro sprint. So guys, again, this is no damage, no percent damage. So I deviled all percent damage, including Thorn. And Looks like we were able to finish intro sprint, and I call that a win. Bro, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Those saddles. Yeah, those look pretty funny. This is 11 commanders. All right, thank you for counting, Cooper. The highest record, I think, is still. I think Bonsai still holds the highest record of 13 commanders on screen at once. So maybe one day I'll beat him. You're trying to tell Tech Tree that fleets are a joke to you. Well, I mean, if your tower is strong enough, I guess you don't have to fear most things in the game. Did you hit 98% defense in tournaments yet? Yes, I do have 98% defense, as you can see here. So, okay, so we safely finished the intro screen. Looks like my tower is starting to go down, and as I said, we don't have enough regen in the game nowadays to keep up with the massive health that I'm able to actually have on the wall. So the wall, unfortunately, will eventually go down. But it does look like we finished intro sprint, and I do call that a win. This is a lot further than I expected, actually. Let's see how we do on placement. Okay, we're actually in second place. Wow. I mean, most people haven't finished their run yet, so I expect if I end my tournament run right here, I'm probably not gonna end up in like the top 3. But we're gonna end this run, and then we're gonna do our actual tournament run with our usual EHP CC setup. But this is pretty funny. Look at that! Look at them all jiggling because of the commander's buff. As of right now, commander buffs speed and mass and everything, so things like tend to jiggle a lot. So we're just gonna see. I don't think we're gonna be able to go much longer, I'm gonna assume, but we'll just see how long we can go. Maybe we can hit 1900 on this setup. Because we do still have Demon Mode and the Nuke left, so we'll see how far we can go. All right, so I'm thinking we move the orb out even more, just so they don't bother anything. They kill less stuff. The only thing I'm killing are bosses for like hitting the orbs, but other than the orbs, it's basically no % damage. So the goal is to actually not kill anything in this build. This is the pacifist build, so I also call it the aura build because you just sit under 10 commanders and 10 overcharge and just farm your aura. So we just take every hit with our EHP, guys. All the rays, all the overcharge, all the scatters, all the range ultimate, we just take every hit. the tower game said, "Don't tell TTG. Sorn res will go to 0%." Actually, I think TTG watches some of my streams. would be uh, would be my guess. Um, no, I think Sorn res won't go to 0%. We'll be fine. This is just for fun. It's not that good, right, guys? Not that good.
Silence breaks in song. Every voice that once was trembling now is steadfast, clear, and strong.
This doesn't feel like 1S damage. Oh, the enemy wave damage? Yeah, it's at 1S, but if you got enough defense and, damage reduction, that's what it feels like. 1S damage, no damage at all. The wall is going down though because of how many scatters are rolling on the wall. And like I said before, we don't have enough regen. See, only if I had enough regen, this would have kept up. This regen is basically, aside from maxing the workshop, which I don't have it max, but I have it decently high. I have it close to 4x. I think I have it at 3.8 times on the workshop plus. But yeah, like this is, without considering max workshop plus, pretty much everything you can get in the game for regen, and this is the regen that it looks like. So yeah, we don't have enough regen. What's your lifetime coin? I think it's around two small s. Level of GT plus. I'm not a big econ guy, so probably not the best person to answer that question. But you should ask that question in our server, and I'm sure many people will be able to answer it based on where you are. But yeah, in general, GT Plus it's very expensive. I feel like, and I don't think you have to have it. Especially nowadays with all the utility disco stuff you can get, that gives pretty good coin bonus. You can probably get to the next coin breakpoint without GT Plus at all, like no GT Plus. Alright, so that's demon mode. Oh, wait, that's not demon mode. Now it's demon mode. But we can just nuke this. So it looks like we are able to get 1900. So this is 1900 waves in Legend with no damage, no percent damage. I consider that a win. That's almost 2000 waves. But we're gonna keep going, and I just want to see how close I can get to 2000 waves. Imagine TTG introduces a ultimate weapon that is a heal. Oh, I would love that. That would be awesome. Like a lifesteal ultimate weapon. So like every time this ultimate weapon hits the enemy, like it steals some life from the enemy and adds it to the tower. Yeah, I think that'll be pretty cool. When did you start playing the tower? I think a little bit more than 2 years ago. Also, how do you have that much regen? Well, I don't have that much regen. This is just like the most amount of regen you can get without maxing Workshop Plus. So technically, if I max Workshop Plus, I can probably have a bit more regen, but this regen is still not enough. Like we just have a lot more health in the game than regen, which is the general problem for current EHP players when you get to kind of the high end.
A light in this darkened tapestry. We defend the free.
You'll make me roll the Sorn substats off. Well, I myself don't use the Soren substats because I feel like the armor substats are all really, really good. So I kind of want to, trade off a Soren substat with, let's say, more orbs or, uh, even more like shockwave stuff. Like those are pretty good. At close to 1 big Q a day income, that's pretty good. 1 big Q a day. That's pretty decent income. Just wondering if I should get more lab as mods. Yeah, in general, can't go wrong with lab as mods. But if your question was if you should get more econ, I think it depends on what you want to buy, right? Because it's always like if people say always get more econ, I think that's like the mainstream way of thinking about it. But I think you shouldn't think of it like you should always get something. You should always think in the lens of problem solving. So like by getting more econ, what are you buying and what is the problem you're solving? That like what is the weakness of your tower you're trying to patch up, or what is the strength of your tower that you're trying to amplify, right? Kind of the strengths and weakness analysis, problem solving analysis of your tower. So if you have something you want to buy that your current econ is not able to buy, then get more econ. But otherwise, probably put your lab slots and stones better put on other things that directly buff your power. Maybe a mod that lets your life steal on the wall. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that would be really good. Yeah, and right now like we don't really have any EHP mod on the cannon or the generator, right? Because on core we have the promoter collapse, and then on armor we have a few EHP mods. But yeah, we don't really have anything on cannon and generator. So if we get something there, maybe like a lifesteal, I think that would help a lot. All right, looks like our tower is gonna go down soon. Looks like, but we are at 1944, almost 1950. Yeah, so we got to almost wave 2000, guys, with no damage and no percent damage. Just tanking everything. And under range ultimate. I call that a win. So now we're gonna do our actual tournament run, but I'm pretty happy with this result. Let's look at our. Let's see. Let's look at who's in our bracket. All right, pretty good players. Pretty good players. Very nice. Nice. Wow, a lot of tier 21 people. Yay, Nico! Nico's from our server. Let's see. Oh, 1776 from our server as well. Very nice, very nice. We got a whole bunch of people from our server. I'm very happy to see that. Always fun to play with people you know together, It's not to optimize for anything, but just for fun. It's just for fun. I don't recognize everyone's name, so if I missed anyone, but you're from our server, let me know in the chat. But yeah, I'm pretty bad with names, so let me know. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. 1776. If you're in the live stream, let me know if your run has finished. 1000 wave. That's pretty good. And Nico 1200. Nice. Both of you getting, decent keys. That's very nice. All right, so let's switch our tower back to our regular setup and see how many waves we can get there on the regular setup. So on my regular setup, it's still EHP CC based, but I typically use my hybrid setup just so I don't have a lot of damage, but the damage I do have makes the initial few hundred waves more consistent right off of intro sprint. But once we get to like above wave 2000-ish, my damage is not relevant anymore. If somebody could remind me at that point to kind of show you folks some boss stats, you can see like, yeah, my damage is not that relevant even in the hybrid setup after like around wave 2000. But I'm gonna go in with my hybrid tournament setup. And my EHP side on the hybrid and the EHP side is pretty similar. So hybrid setup, I use 26 cards. So going from EHP to hybrid is just 6 more cards. I still have 2 slots left that it's not really needed. Okay, and let's see. So going back to our regular setup, we are going to use the attack chip.
Silence, hear the calling rise, a whisper carried on the wind.
And we are going to put back our cannon. Because we ran last run without the cannon, any cannons. Let's see. So we're gonna put back some of our percent damage. I typically like to use negative mass projector. And I think that's it. That is our regular setup. Let me know if you think I missed anything, but I think this is accurate. Yep, EHPCC bot set. Okay, so let's give it another shot. And I usually like to set it at this range. Make sure everything is on. Okay. Yeah, we should be okay. All right, so this is our actual tournament run for today. So as usual, we'll try to get top 3, and obviously we're aiming for the first place. Yes, Nico Robin, I did see you. I did see you on the bracket. Yes, nice having you in my bracket. What is my all-time highest wave? I think in version 28, it's around 3,500, I believe.
Shockwaves roll like a thunder bite. Every blast screams, you won't get through it all. Your fate's in the fire of the wall. Families below you, they sleep through the night. Don't see the swarm on the edge of our light. I take every hit, I absorb every fall. Turn pain into power for the wall. The wall, we rise, we never fall. Guard the sky, protect it all. For the earth we hold. The fortress in the cold. The wall.
All right, I'm curious. I want to see how many people in chat right now are from the Tower Sanctuary server. If you're from our server, type 1 in chat.
The wall, hold the line, hold the line. This stronghold in the stars, this spine of steel and stone and soul combine. If I break, they break through.
Nice, quite a few of you. Nice. 6 people. Very nice. 7. All right, well, for the other 13 viewers, if you're interested, I guess 8, 9, okay. For the other 11 viewers, if you're interested in hanging out with the cool people, the invitation is on the top left of your screen to join our Discord. Nice, I love this song. I shall pierce the heavens with my EHP. So yeah, we're just gonna sit and chill for a bit. But feel free to ask me any question, and if you want anything, want me to talk about, I'm happy to talk about. I know, otherwise we're gonna chill for a bit and just listen to some music.
Turn every crack into a launch pad. If every doubt was a stone on my back, I'd wear 'em all as a battle pack. Heart beating like a war drum now. Who's gonna stop me? I'll pierce the heavens with my EHP. Every hope and promise burning up inside of me. I'm standing guard for this broken world. Believe in me. Believe in yourself. I'll pierce the heavens with my EHP. Turn every limit into fuel for my
Nice, mashed potato Johnson. I guess yes. Now you can say one. Thank you for joining our server.
Giga drill breaker.
I just real time waved to you in the welcome channel. Welcome, welcome.
Sirens and smoke, heroes that choke in the dust, standing in line, waiting for someone to trust. But I've got a spark, hidden in plain sight. I'll light the dark, till the dark looks like daylight. If every fear was a chain on my hands, I'd pull the sky down, change the plans. This fragile earth in my open palms, who's gonna drop it? I'll pierce the heavens with my EHP. Every hope and promise burning up inside of me. I'm standing guard for this broken world. Believe in me. Believe in yourself. I'll pierce the heavens with my EHP. Turn every limit into fuel for my legacy. I'm not afraid of the climb, so as I pray, Giga drill breaker.
Mashed potato. I also gave you a shout out in our general channel since you joined from my live stream live.
Raise your arms, you were never helpless. Say your name like a vow, like a fire. Every heartbeat is a battle cry higher. Higher.
What's your range for when you're farming? So for farming, I use the minimum range of 30 meters because for farming, I want things to come in sooner and die sooner, die faster. So they're gonna come in, they're gonna hit my orbs, and then they're gonna die quickly. Usually, minimum range at farming gives me higher coin. My coin nowadays is like around like 9 BQ, 9 BQ an hour. So once I hit 10 BQ an hour, that's a good number because that's easy to calculate. So then every day, 24 hours would be just 24 BQ. I mean 240 BQ. So just the amount of hours that I'm farming times 10. So easy to think about. And that's because you have permanent golden tower. Yes, I do have permanent golden tower. What's up, Giga? What's up, Trelly J22? How's it going? Ah, look at who just popped in the chat. How's it going? Solve 3DU. Yeah, that's right. I've been earning that big Q econ now. I basically did no econ for like majority of my tower life, or very little econ. However much econ that's actually needed for masteries and stuff like that. But once I was able to compete in the Legend World Top 10, then I'm free to do whatever I want. So then I started investing back into econ, doing a whole bunch of adjustments here and there, and it was pretty easy to get back into and push econ like snowball it really high. So I went from like four big Q lifetime coin very quickly to now like two small S lifetime coin, and I'm getting 9 big Q an hour nowadays farming. I still farm tier 18 because tier 19 there's fast ultimate and it just decreases the coin income by quite a lot. But if I want to farm reroll shards or just module shards and some cells in general, I go to tier 21. And when I do tier 21, I do hybrid tier 21 farming to about wave 4,000. And I think as I develop my tower more, I'm pretty close to being able to hit wave 4,500 on tier 21, doing hybrid, which is a pretty standard hybrid setup where you just use your EHP to tank the overcharge, and you use your damage to kill the commander quickly, so the fast ultimate doesn't kill you. I have only 87% uptime for GT. Do you think the range you use would be beneficial? Yeah, I think so. I think in general, if you want to kill enemies quickly, I think a small range is beneficial during farming. Why negative mass projector and not SD for assist? Because negative mass projector is closer in concept to EHP crowd control, right? Because it provides the 50% damage reduction and then it provides the 50% speed reduction. SD is good because it provides stun from inner landmine. But the problem with SD is that during a commander, and especially if there's fast ultimate or range ultimate, those things don't die very quickly. And if things don't die very quickly, you have fewer number of landmines that are generated, and then by extension, you have fewer number of inner landmines that are generated from SD, and so the stun effects starts to not be as effective. And also, in version 28, they added stun decay, right? So even if you have a lot of stun from a whole bunch of inner landmines, that's going to be not very effective at some point because of the stun decay. So I tend to favor negative mass projector over SD for my assist. About how much lifetime coin did you have when you decided to focus on getting to legends? Ooh, I don't quite remember. I think it's definitely before I got to 1 big Q. Uh, I think it's probably in the hundreds of small queue. I don't quite remember, but yeah, I think it's either in the tens or in the hundreds of small queue. So Varsity got into Legend pretty recently. I mean, a few months ago. I think he got into Legend and was able to stay there pretty consistently after I believe it was 4 months of play, and then in 6 months, I think he got keys in Legend. I mean, Varsity is just a beast of a player, but besides that, yeah, if you ask Varsity, I think he's probably a better comparison in terms of like the amount of lifetime time coin he had in Legend because I'm not a very lean player. Like I buy a whole bunch of stuff I don't really need, and I have a bunch of stuff that I don't really use in my tournament runs or farming runs. And but Varsity is a more like lean player. Like he has just enough econ to get him into Legend, just enough this and that to get him into Legend. So yeah, you should probably ask Varsity from our server, and he can tell you roughly how much lifetime coin he had when he got into Legend. But also, I will have a video that's coming up where I basically do a podcast with Varsity again, and we're gonna do the 1 year tower review with Varsity because I think he's hitting just about 1 year on his tower, and he's at the point where I think in most battle condition he can get close to 2,000 waves. In some cases, he can get like a few hundred above 2,000 waves in Legend, which I think is really really good in 1 year. But yeah, he's a really good player. Let's see. Killer Vampire Okies right now. I'm 4Q and an hour. I will try out the 30 range. Thanks. Yeah, try it out. Let us know.
Don't let the architect decide your fight.
Let's see. The tower game says right. That's true. I'll need to get NMP to Ancestral. Didn't think about that. Yeah, give it a try. Always good to try and experiment. I don't have big enough orbs and strong enough CF plus to have much value from MMP, unfortunately. Yeah, you can just grab some. Maybe replace some of your Thorn substat with Orb substat. He's in my bracket and in 11s at the moment. Varsity, nice. Yeah, but range ultimate and fast ultimate is pretty tough for EHP in general. So typically, when there's either range ultimate and fast ultimate, we do see a lot of EHP players get a few hundred fewer waves. So Varsity is probably also getting hit by range ult. Uh, but as you work on your tower more and you work towards like more ascension, then you will get impacted by those less and less. You could also work on more of your kind of EHP baseline, and once you have a higher baseline, you would also get less impacted by those things. For example, today we can see like I almost got to wave 2000 with no damage, no percent damage, just base tanking everything. So that's all pretty much EHP baseline because everything was hitting me, so CC wasn't relevant there. That was just EHP baseline. The Tar game said that's wild. Me at 14 months can do 1400 to 1700. Yeah, that's pretty wild. I guess soon I'm gonna find some time with Varsity. We're gonna do that podcast. We're gonna do the tower review with Varsity, and we'll see. What his tower looks like. Chris says good. That's crazy for 1 year playing. Yeah, pretty crazy. Also, why not OA? Does NMP outperform it? I am using OA, so I'm using OA and NMP. So I'm using those. I can show you guys. Yeah, so that's my setup. Pretty standard for EHP CC, except when there's no ultimate weapon duration, I don't use GCOM. I usually use my Singularity Harness nowadays. just for bigger flame bot, bigger thunder bot for like better consistency. Sometimes I also use my restorative bonus for just more attack speed. More attack speed is also better consistency, and it's more hits on the pulsar harvester. I'm curious how many stones he bought in a year though. I think he has around 100k, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see soon in the tower review. Cooper said I made demote. Oh no. Oh no, Cooper. Maybe it's time to just run it a few times and try the casino luck. Nico Robin says I'm getting my swamp to 2 perma, 2 duration clicks away. Nice. Yeah, 2 perma is good. 2 perma is actually a big step up from 1 perma, especially if you have Chrono Loop, because things start to spin into multiple swamps and they get stunned multiple times. It's very effective. Killer Vampire says, sorry, I meant SF. Yeah, so SF mostly buff the wall, and nowadays I don't use the wall that much. I don't rely on the wall that much. I rely more on my main tower face tanking stuff with just package health. Because like I said earlier in the stream, we've been getting across a few major versions, we've been getting just bonus to HP, but no bonus to regen. So our HP is largely outpacing our regen. And so, SF is more like the wall and the regen. But nowadays, my wall just takes too long to get to full. So rather than rely on my wall, I just focus more on the package health. So that's why I'm not using SF. All right, Nico Robin has CF plus 10. Very good, very good. That's a good amount of toilet power. Spinning things towards the tower in a spiral. For those of you who know Gurren Lagann, the anime, you know what I'm talking about when I say spiral. That's why the ultimate weapon that I maxed first is Chrono Field, and then the ultimate weapon plus that I maxed first is Chrono Field plus. The very first one, I just dumped all the stones into Chrono Field plus and got it all the way to 13. And that's only for tournaments, or same thinking for farming as well. You're referring to swamps? Or you're referring to probably what I said about regen and package health. So in farming, because you can get more bonus from the perks on regen, and you can, if you want, you can also take the trade-off perk that reduces your max HP and like gives you like a 8 times or 9 times bonus to regen. Because of you can do that. In farming, I would say even late game regen seems to be decent. So this is mostly, I was referring to tournament runs. Killer Vampire for you, I would think that SF is still probably better. Because for most EHP players at early to mid game, SF is basically the best option. You're gonna rely on your wall, you're gonna rely on regen and health. And remember the core EHP kind of progression principle that Bonsai talked about in his comprehensive EHP guide, that the way you build HP and regen is if you're getting killed by burst damage, like a bunch of scatter hitting you all at once, or you're getting killed by chip damage. So like all the range or range ultimate chipping away at your wall. If you're getting killed by burst damage, then you build more max HP. If you're getting killed by chip damage, you build more regen. So that's what Bonsai said in his comprehensive EHP guide, which I think are very good principles in terms of progressing your EHP early to mid game, and even a decent amount into the late game. It's just because we lack end game regen bonuses currently at end game, we kind of stuck with package health. Um, so I hope they add more regen sources just so I can go back to using my wall more. Yeah, and NMP is pretty good for farming if you're EHP because it cuts the damage in half, right? So yeah, it's pretty decent. So if you don't want to do like SF plus OA, you could do SF plus NMP. You can give that a try.
Glass cannon tears a laughing streak across the crimson night. Astral deliverance kicks the heavens open wide. It hungers for the fire, for the glory and the roar. While Starforge sparks go screaming from the dimension core. The hybrids rise between the shield and flame. Defiant, still free doctrines clash beneath the sky that bends to iron will. The first wave calls in silence as it stalks the void, and distant shapes begin their slow design. Their poise deployed. Last cannon cries, burn brighter, strike the sky. EHP replies, stand firm, survive. Wave by wave, the storm begins to climb. I brace the wall and swear to hold the line. The squares come charging like a tidal surge of steel and pride. The triangles cut forward with a sharp and battley stride. The ACP goes roaring with a wild and reckless mind.
So compared to the last run where we try to fully devil our damage and percent damage, so this one we have very good percent damage, and we also have stronger CC in this one compared to the last one because I have actual cannon modules. Where last one we were not using any cannon module, we had no cannon module equipped. Uh, so so you can see in this one, it looks very different. Nothing is basically on my wall right now. We can still pretty much tank everything even if they do shoot at my wall at this point, but hey, it's better if they don't shoot. I would expect my first second wind pop to happen around 2,400, 2,500, around that range. I wonder if these guys have finished their runs. I feel like some of them should be able to get more.
The battlefield ignites beneath its wild, unbridled claim. The hybrid
Well, if the highest they can get is around 2,200, then this is gonna be an easy bracket, guys. But I think they can get more. Oh, looks like 1776 got more. Because last time I looked at him, he was at like 1,000. He's now at 1,156. So he probably reran a few times, and he did get more. Very nice. Congratulations. Nico Robin, if you're still in the chat, I'm wondering if you're gonna rerun as well. The person in front of you is only what, like 20 waves? Like 25?
burn the sky.
Seems like you can beat him, right?
Silence the storm. We'll survive. Last cannon cries, burn brighter, strike the sky. EHP replies,
Nico Robbing says, "Am I? I'm at 1200 on rerun currently. Nice. Yeah, get them." Cooper said, "I only got 405 waves, running a shorter range and RB instead of PH this time." You want to rerun with PH to see if you get more? Maybe worth a try. Yeah, usually for players who are using EHP, when there's range ultimate or fast ultimate, we tend to get fewer number of waves, and that's normal. Cooper said, "I had PH the first time." I see, I see.
Impossible, see the invisible. Row, row, fight the power. Crush the untouchable, break the unbreakable. Row, row, fight the power. What you gonna do is what you wanna do. Just break the rules, then you see the truth. This is the deep and the cheap of the truth, baby. Row, row, fight the power. Power to the peaks, power for the dreams.
Well, looks like this person got more. Yeah, I think they can get a bit more. I would expect at least around 2500.
Let's get out of here, babe. That's the way to survive. Y'all top off the head. I'm on the set. Do the impossible. Don't you wanna bet? Cause a lot of things change. Maybe waiting in vain. If you wanna get by, no pain, no gain. Wow, Vicky's wanna test me again. Sorry, my rhyme's gonna snatch your brain, yo. I'm still starving for the straight up skill. We gonna make it happen with a crazy rap skill. Get ready to rumble. Now be the time.
Well, our wall broke, but we're not really depending on the wall, so our main tower is still gonna tank everything just fine. And since we can still tank stuff, we don't really need energy shield, so energy shield depleting is not really a problem. Our main tower is gonna take care of us.
Second verse dedicates to the real peeps. What we gotta say is so real thing, cause revolution ain't never gonna televise. Kicking a map flow, microphone phenotype, opening third eye, see into the overground. I'm about to hit you with a scream from the underground. Whole city's covered with a cyber flavor, G's in your area, but not with the top best. Come on, do the impossible, see the invisible. Row, row, fight the power, crush the untouchable, break the unbreakable.
Oh, hey, Zubia.
Fight the power, what
Thank you for joining. This is impressive. Thank you. Thank you. We're basically using a very off-meta build because the meta build is using more damage. We're trying not to use a lot of damage here. We're trying to mostly use EHP, so effective health to tank, whatever is coming at us. And we use crowd control to limit the amount of things that do come at us. So this is I like to play off-meta setup. This is where it's at. Cooper said, I may face the nuclear option, respect 11,000 medals from GoBot into BotBot and see, but dropping to champs one time might not be so bad. The coin loss will hurt labs this week. Given that you have a strong flame bot, if you respect out of GoBot into BotBot, I would expect you will do a lot better. Because that flame bot will be buffed a lot. It will be much stronger. And you don't need a perfect BotBot to do it. Because the BotBot and flame bot don't have to tag things at exactly the same time. They just need to tag things like sequentially, like eventually. So yeah, you should give it a try. For those of you in chat who are engineers, the technical term of the way Flamebot and BotBot works is called eventual consistency. For those of you who are engineers who are familiar with the storage terms, like storage transaction terms, eventual consistency. Curious, why is your region so much lower on this run than the first one? Do you just not need it with this build? Yeah. Jay Turley. Yeah, good question. So, last run I pretty much had my regen as high as I can, but this one I don't really use regen. I use the package health to regenerate my my health. So the actual regen is not really needed for this build. Zubia says the wall. That's right, the wall. See, he gets it. He gets it. I didn't know we have to. We actually have a wall emoji. Let me try. Huh. I can't quite find a wall emoji. So I'm assuming Zubia copy and pasted some ASCII somewhere. Good job. Cooper said my BotBot will go from 8k to 20k medals. Yeah, give that a try. You can probably get much higher with that. Westvale Abbey asked, how many medals do you think you need in BotBot for it to be worth it? It depends on what you use it with, right? Because the way BotBot works with Flamebot is pretty nice. Like, they don't have to activate at the same time. Their range don't have to overlap. So I would say, even like 10k, 15k in BotBot would be pretty good for Flamebot, but for Mbot and GoBot, like, they have to activate at the same time, their range has to overlap. So I think that demands a more like synced up or developed BotBot, so it's probably gonna cost you a lot more to make that good. Troubleshooting. Is your black hole off? Do you usually turn it off for fast ult? No, I usually leave it on. Black hole is good because I have primordial collapse, which reduces damage, so I have my black hole on. I just have all the effects off. So like in the toggle, you can toggle all the ultimate weapon effects, so I have all of those off. So that it looks more clean, but the ultimate weapon itself is on. We can see here, like, everything is on. West Ivy says thank you for your answers. Whoops meant flamebot. Yeah, no problem. Travel shooting said, what's your target priority on this one? I did not change my target priority. I'm a simple man with a simple target priority. So just closest default. That's all I do. That's all I use. I don't change that. I don't change that depending on different battle condition or anything. It's always just closest. Just shoot whatever is the closest to your tower. Nothing wrong with that.
Council of EHP, a light in this darkened tapestry. We build the towers.
We see we have a commander on the screen, but the way you deal with commander is you just stare at that in the eyes and just disrespect the commander. And if you disrespect it enough, eventually it goes away.
They demand we kneel, they demand we fall, but we hold the line, we answer the call. The Holy Council of EHP, we stand for the lost, for the free. Through the storm, through the fight, we will rise to reclaim the night. The Holy Council of EHP. Hope's last tower against the sea.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. The commander just died. I don't have a lot of damage, but I have a little bit of damage, so eventually the commander will die. You just gotta disrespect it enough. And the commander buff ray is gonna shoot at me, but it's not gonna put a big dent in the wall. Just a small dent, no problem at all. Look at that. See, if you build a big enough EHP, you can just disrespect all the enemies, and they eventually go away.
The Holy Council of EHP, a light in this darkened tapestry. We defend
Chris is asking of Baba Labs or not. If Baba Labs are not maxed, is it even worth respecting from GoBot Flamebot to GoBot Botbot for farms? Probably not. I think if you're a hybrid, Flamebot is still going to be very useful during farming. So yeah, I would say keep your Flamebot for now.
light begins to rise. A promise breaking through the grave. beyond the wall we stand before. A path of progress lights the way. We rise through storm and shattered light. A quiet oath across all time. A vow to never stay the same. Together we can achieve anything, as long as we believe in ourselves and our friends. Unleash the wall. Let it climb ever higher. Let the tears awaken our core. We rise as one, fueled by EHP fire, breaking limits, outgrowing them all. Unleash the wall. Where the builders unite, where the brave never fear the fall. With every wave of the endless onslaught, we rise, unstoppable.
We have another commander on screen. Let's see how many waves this one can last.
A hero is not born. They're forged through trials, patience, and resolve.
The trials carved upon our souls.
I think this one came in around 2075, maybe. I did not quite exactly catch when that commander came in. I think the range ultimate broke the wall again. But let's see how much damage they can do to the main tower. Okay, a little bit, yeah. Good amount of damage. In most cases, we can just heal back with package health. The wall came back just in time to block that Saboteur.
The power of EHP lies not in our strength, but in the upgrades we shake and the towers we raise.
Troubleshooting asks, how big of an effect is max chrono range for you? Would you get less waves without it? I guess you're asking max chrono loop. It is pretty important. It's a pretty big difference. Yeah, I think I would get less waves for sure. Oh, the commander died. I guess he survived around 40 waves. Not bad, not bad for that commander. So now, as long as we clean out the rest of the enemies that are buffed by that commander, we should be safe. Troubleshooting said, no, I don't mean chrono loop, I mean chrono range. Oh, okay, the actual range, yeah. For this build, well, this build is basically maximizing crowd control, percent damage, and EHP. I would say, yeah, chrono range is pretty important for this, for what I'm trying to do. Because more range means, as you can see, things starts to spin even without reaching the tower range, and that is pretty good. Anything that makes them take longer to get to a tower is going to be beneficial. Because you can see how many enemies I actually keep way far away from my tower, even outside of, way outside of tower range.
Shockwaves roll like a thunder bite. Every blast screams you won't get through it all. Your fate's in the fire of the wall. Families below you, they sleep through the night. Don't see the swarm on the edge of a light. I take every hit, I absorb every fall. Turn pain into power for the wall. The wall we rise, we never fall. Guard the sky, protect it all. For the earth we hold. The fortress in the cold. The wall we rise, we never fall.
So it looks like our second win in DM did pop. We're also gonna turn off Smite so that we are ready for the next commander and try to see if we can kill it with the Smite percent damage.
Hold the line, hold the line. This stronghold in the stars, this spine of steel and stone and soul combined. If I break, they break through. If I stand, we all pull through. So I lock in, brace for the cosmic brawl. My life for the earth, my heart for the wall. My heart for the wall.
West Vale Abias, does CF negatively affect farming since it takes longer for enemies to reach you? Yes, that is correct. In farming, what I do is I turn off Chrono Loop, but I leave Chrono Field itself on. That is a sweet spot I found. At least that's the sweet spot for me.
I'll pierce the heavens with my EHP. Woke up with scars, counting the stars on my arm. Every small loss tattooed like a charm. They said know your place, I said check your grace. Turn every crack into a launch pad. If every doubt was a stone on my back, I'd wear them all as a battle pack. Heart beating like a war drum now. Who's gonna stop me? I'll pierce the heavens with my EHP. Every hope and promise burning up inside of me. I'm standing guard for this broken world. Believe in me. Believe in yourself. I'll pierce the heavens with my EHP. Turn every limit into fuel for my legacy. I'm not afraid of the climb, so as I pray, Giga Drill Breaker.
So we are approaching wave 2200. So because of the legend overheat, our HP is dropping quite low because of the overheat, taking away our HP's level.
Heroes are choking.
As we can see, we're minus 2680, so we only have about half left.
Someone to trust.
And because of the way level scaling works on health and attack, this being majority of our health is now gone. Because we used to have a few Q in the house, and now we only just have 177 small Q, but we used to have a few big Qs.
I'll pierce the heavens with my EHP.
But things are still okay so far. We're still able to tank a few hits when the range ultimate gets us. But in general, range ultimate does also make it much harder for EHP to run. So I don't think today we're gonna get as high as what we usually get. But let's see if we can get to top 4, which is the same as top 3 in terms of the rewards. Well, looks like a group of range got rid of my nuke. Oh, but we are currently in 4th place, guys. We did it. This is yeah, this is pretty much top 3. Very good. 4th place. There's the commander showing up at 2201. So I believe this is the one of those extra commander that the extra fleet that spawns every 100 waves due to the overheat. So in order to survive this, it's not very likely, but in order to survive this, we'll have to survive 20 waves from now, which means we have to get to 2220. And then if we turn on Smite, the commander should be able to get killed by the Smite. But I do think it's unlikely with range ultimate that we'll be able to pull that off. Oh, actually we might. Let's see, because we are already at 2212, so just roughly 8 or 9 more waves. Okay, 5 more waves, I guess. That was a wave skip, so we do need to hang on for a few more waves. Okay, well, give it a try. Maybe I'll see if I miscount any waves. Oh, looks like I did. I probably miscounted some waves because there was some wave skip. Usually, if we want to do absolutely consistent, we should run without wave skip so that the wave counting is accurate. So in this case, the commander is gonna stay for a long time. So we'll just leave Smite on. But if the wave counting is correct, then when I turn on Smite, the commander should die. But in this case, because of the wave skip, I think I miscounted the number of waves, and so that's why we were not able to kill the commander with % damage. Oh, but I guess it died anyways from just a little bit of extra flat damage. But now we have to deal with the aftermath of the enemies that are already buffed by the commander. This is another thing that I wish TTG would fix, because in most cases when the fleet dies, all the threat about that fleet goes away, but the commander is kind of an exception, if you think about it, right? Okay, we did die from the aftermath of the enemy from commander, but so what I'm trying to say is things like Saboteur, for example, right? It takes away the ultimate weapon, but when it dies, it returns the ultimate weapon. Same thing with Overcharge. It shoots at you, but after it dies, it no longer shoots at you. Commander is the only fleet that it buffs things, but when it dies, the buffs remains, and this is what actually killed us because the ranged ultimate and the other enemies that were buffed by the commander were still buffed after the commander died, and that resulted in me getting chipped by the ranged. But yeah, still pretty good. This screen hasn't updated yet, but I do think we got to fourth place, about 2,200 waves. That's pretty good with range ultimate. Also notice, yeah, fourth place. So also notice that when we did the no damage, no percent damage run, I think it was at around like 1950. So that run is actually not that different, not that off in terms of number of waves from my strongest EHP crowd control setup, right? Because once I switched to my strong setup, we basically got roughly 300 more waves, but it's not that off, not that much off. So I guess in a way you could say, crowd control and percent damage are also optional. Like I said in the last stream, everything is optional once you have enough things built up, right? So like if you build a lot of damage, EHP is optional. If you build a lot of EHP, damage is optional. If you build a lot of, either one, then maybe CC and percent damage are optional as well. But if you have enough CC and percent damage, then both damage and EHP can be optional. So it's great. It's how a sandbox game should function. It gives people choice and agency in terms of, how they want to build their tower, how they want to play. So yeah, it's great. All right, cool. So that's gonna be today's tournament stream. I hope you folks enjoyed it. Let me see if I can answer a few more questions before I sign off. Nico Robbins said died at 1225. Gonna try again with Ming range with NMP08. Yeah, good luck, good luck. Give it a try. Max Scott said, man, I need 58 more keys to finish bot presets, then grabbing auto nuke Q and auto demon Q. Yeah, those are pretty good. But if you haven't, I would grab Orb Slider first. But that's just my preference. Mad X Cod, by the way, is a very strong Death Wave player. So he's more on the glass cannon side, but focuses on Death Wave instead of Chain Lightning. So pretty cool. I love unique builds. I love off meta unique builds. You don't have to play EHP if you want to play off meta. There are plenty of ways to play that are not meta on the damage side and other side as well. But in general, I just enjoy seeing things that are off meta. Westvale, your wall rebuild so quickly. Do you have substats for it? I do. I have 2 substats for it. So my wall rebuild is at 150 seconds, which is the lowest you can get. Thanks for the stream and sharing your wisdom. No problem. I don't necessarily stream every tournament or every week for that matter. It's mostly whenever I have time, because I do have work and I have family, and sometimes just don't have enough time. But whenever I have time, I will try to stream. Usually Friday night or Saturday are usually good for streaming for my time. Yeah, but anyhow, hope you folks enjoyed. I'll see you at the next stream. Remember, forge your own path. Giga Gaming signing out.